There we go. Haha.
What is AngularJS?
A library.
So it's another library, right?
Yep.
Those things.
Just
With
another library. Yeah, AngularJS is like React, except instead of the one-way data binding of React, how it goes like state to render, it has two-way binding. And instead of it being like a thin layer on top of JavaScript like React is, you're doing Angular. Like your HTML is different, your CSS is different, your JavaScript is different. In what I think are good ways, but that's just my own opinion.
You're gonna hear way more about Angular once you leave here. Oh, I'll hear it too. But
Yeah, Angular's. I actually feel productive, more productive in I'm dying.
So excited.
I'm dying a wee bit.
Drink some water.
Hydrate or dehydrate. Yeah, Angular. I feel more productive in Angular than I do in React. But I know there's a lot of challenges with Angular that aren't there in React. So 6 one way, half dozen the other. So, of our 6 components here, all movies, movie, all people, person, all planets, planet, which one should we start with? What is our homepage?
Movies.
Movies? Sure, okay. There wasn't a wrong answer there. So I know I'm going to use this API endpoint to get all my data. And I know I'm going to need a React project. Where did we see Angular? Where was that?
that was on when you bring up your
Your
Chrome.
web site code.
It said made with Angular.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. It usually shops are one of 3 places nowadays, or should be, React, Vue, or Angular. Those are pretty much 3 different types of front-end frameworks that are out there.
Why do they cite them like that? Like, most websites don't do that, right?
No, that was built by a developer just because he wanted to play with Angular and Chrome extensions.
Okay.
Because, fun fact, Chrome extensions are just JavaScript and HTML and CSS.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The little extension thing that you get when you click on the button.
Yeah.
Like,
I was ad blocker.
yeah,
That's
so
JavaScript? That's all JavaScript?
like here's my ad blocker. That's an HTML page
Oh, wow.
with a CSS, and it has JavaScript, vanilla JavaScript that's listening for events. So like each one of these buttons have events, as well as the page has events that it can tie into. So we can say, hey, when the page is loaded, run this code. Yeah, so like,
I wouldn't have ever thought about stuff like that.
what?
I wouldn't have ever thought about that.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
it's
It's just,
just there. You
Yeah.
use it, not someone actually made it.
yeah. Everything has been made by somebody around you. That's like my favorite fact in life. It is. Anyways, I've stalled enough. CD Star Wars Explorer.
Did you ever update
Nope,
Medium?
obviously I have not.
Well,
I know.
but it keeps coming up for us, even after we update it. So that's why I was asking.
Well, you know what?
Do it.
I'm doing it.
I want to say you already did it.
Amanda?
Like,
Okay, so our 6 page did it.
Yes.
Mark already did it.
Does it need to be 6?
Yeah, you did do it. I thought so.
I feel like it doesn't. Because I feel like you could have a homepage where you dynamically choose movies, people, or planets, and then you have a page that's all, and then you have a page that's individual. I feel like this could be 3 with like one splash page. And I want to know if I've just listened to abstraction videos too much and trying to make things that don't exist or not.
So could we pare this down to 4 pages?
3, like a splash page where you pick whether you want movies, people, or planets, and then like all are individual. I think you could do it in 3.
4 pages.
Web.js.
Are we talking about
Or
pages or
RE4.
components?
Why would we
Those are
need
two
four?
different things.
We home, movies, people, and planets.
Yeah, so
I'm not saying I want to do that, I'm saying I want to know if this thing my brain won't shut up about is true.
So just so I'm on the same page. What you're seeing patterns here, right? We're saying why can't we just do like, why can't I need another color?
Like all be a page,
Like,
individually a
could this
page.
be a page?
Right.
And then could this be the same page?
Yes.
Yes.
That is my question.
What do we think? I'm hearing a lot of yeses.
Yes.
I would agree with that, with the stipulation that the layout's the same.
Yes.
For the JSON
Sure, okay.
format.
The JSON, we can use some tomfoolery there, but if the API is built well, which I'm going to assume it is, because it's a very popular test API, if everything's built well enough and everything looks the same, then yeah, we can do that. But
Yeah, I'm not saying that we should, I
if
just
the
wonder,
planet page looks different than the movie page looks different than the person page,
then they're all different.
then it's all out the window. And that's kind of the danger of abstraction, is that you need to make sure that everything's the right. And is that the correct abstraction? I don't know. The only way to find out is to do it and see if it works. Because a lot of like when we first talked about like refactoring and stuff like that, we talked about the term refunctoring, which is refactoring and doing abstractions that don't help your code. Even though this is an abstraction, you need to go, can I, should I? Unlike the scientists at Jurassic Park, which never asked whether they should or not. Because,
That would be like Jurassic Park. Good note.
yeah,
Can I say this real quick?
yeah, sure.
A lot of times, it's really about, okay, what the requirement is, or what your user story is, and they say, okay, we want this all on one page. Well, a lot of times they're telling you, we want to see this on one page or 2 pages. You pull the data in, and it doesn't look good on 1 or 2 pages.
Right.
So, in the past, we've had, in project where we do a prototype, set that up and say, okay, this works functionally for us, we like it aesthetically, we need to present it to whoever requested that page, and show it to them and say, do you like it? And if they say, yeah, boom, you're good.
And really, for me, one of the most enlightening things about refactoring and like dryness and wetness and stuff like that about code is that even though we see abstractions today, our code base is a living thing. It's going to be changing. So is that abstraction, is that dryness really worth painting ourselves into a corner? So yeah. It's a wishy-washy answer, but it's a wishy-washy
Because
subject.
you might have to undo it all.
Exactly. Like we maybe go, you know what? Haha.
Two.
2 components, one for a list, one for an item. Ta-da. And then the user goes, well, that's awesome, but if it's a planet, I want it to be displayed differently.
Just,
If it's a person, I want it to display like a Facebook profile, but if it's a movie, I want it to display like a now showing screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you either got to work inside your abstractions
Or back out.
or back out and refactor it into separate things. So yeah. I like how you're thinking though. That's good. So one thing I want to do today, and hopefully you'll help keep me accountable for this, I want to work on my Git commits during a lecture. So don't let me do too many changes without committing my code. Why? I want y'all to see what it looks like in practice. And sometimes I get caught up doing stuff. I forget to do that. Anywho, here we are. Pages, gonna have multiple pages on our site. So the first thing we need to do, yarn add React router dot. Right?
How do you get console again?
Control backtick.
Oh, that makes sense.
I guess.
Well, I backtick so as to bring up console and other things. So
Yeah.
Yesterday it got a little buggy for me. For some reason I couldn't go back on it, like it wouldn't hit the buttons or
These are typically very short-lived. Like I destroy them and recreate them a lot. You can have multiple ones too, which is kind of cool. Like you can have a lot of stuff running, which would be awesome for when we get to backend. Whenever we're running like APIs and front ends. Where was I? There we go. We're restarting. So now I need to go into app.js. And I think we all agreed on movies, right? Just as a good starting point. Import browser router is router.
Did you already yarn at it?
I did. Switch
After you do that.
route from. What was that, Joe?
You yarn it after you do app.
Yep. And then in here, router.
Switch.
Switch. Now let's define our very first route. Exact path equals homepage. And we want this to be a movies component, right?
You can add exact to everything.
Yes.
Because didn't you add the two exact components and not path?
So the order doesn't matter.
Oh,
I could do component path exact, exact component path, path exact component. Order doesn't matter.
so you can put exact at the end.
Or at the beginning.
Great.
Yeah, right?
How versatile. Well rounded. You're hired exact.
Gonna create a new folder called pages. Inside of there, I'm gonna create a all movies page. RCC. All movies. Nothing too crazy yet. We have one page. Yay. How are you feeling with that? Thoughts?
Still
Still good? Still good? Amanda, you look like you're puzzling.
Line 11, components is plural?
Probably not.
Okay. Thank you. I was confused.
Good catch. I would have loaded the page and be like, why is this not loading? Like, oh.
We're gonna start calling for quality control.
Shoot the button.
QA.
One button.
QA. Route is not exported from React Router DOM.
Uh-oh.
Does it need a closing tag?
No.
It is not self-closing, is it?
Mm,
It is self-closing.
Did you link it to the all movies?
Oh, it's the parentheses. Is it? No.
Is it a self-closing tag?
It is a self, I thought it was self-closing. I didn't think any of those three were. I thought all of them had matches.
Only the route in between the lanes is self.
Browser route is router. Switch route.
Do we do?
Yeah.
It's either or. It can be
I
self-loading.
have it on my other, also something.
It's self-closing?
I think
Okay.
just the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is route, right?
Route.
Oh,
Capital R route.
Yeah.
R-O-U-T-E.
oh, you gotta put the router route switch inside this. Oh wait, you do have that.
Yeah. That's why I was like, what?
Well, you change it. You had a lowercase route, so now you just let it compile.
I did.
Do you need your import?
Oh, switch and
link
router
on the
are
other
s-
page- on the
Yeah,
other page?
import link
On all
on
movies?
Yeah, I don't know.
What the hell?
Switch the routes in the
That literally shouldn't matter.
middle. Yeah.
Like, I'll be that guy.
Routes are one
That
of those
shouldn't
words that you look at it so long and it's like, what is that word?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so debugging time. So we have an error message.
Don't freak out.
Yes. Where's my okay, we're moving you over here. Very first thing, plop it into Google. See what happens. Something from March. That should be good. Man, all right. Hey, when I import router switch, blah blah blah. Attach. Hey, that's
That looks similar.
so. I love it when it's crossing stuff out and everything. That's crazy. That's awesome. Makes me feel great. Does someone have a working project open right now?
Yeah.
Can you open up your package JSON for me?
Is it because you just updated your app?
I updated app after.
What do you want to know?
It's open.
What's the version of React Router DOM and React Router and React? So just React Router DOM. This one right here.
Yeah, it's 5.
I didn't install it.
Five one.
0, 0.
Okay, cool. Trying to figure this out. This looks fun. Close the server and restart it. Because of course.
So I've done that before.
Yeah.
I've broken my arm a bunch of times.
Have you seen what's that Dwayne Johnson movie, like Scraper, where he's like trying to get into the
Skyscraper?
Skyscraper, is that what it is?
I mean, yeah, it's a giant building in the city.
Thanks, Joe.
And he's climbing it the whole movie.
Since you see jumping off of it.
If I would give out gold stars, that would be a gold star moment.
I was trying to remember the title, not the actual like
Sorry,
physical thing. Thanks, Joe.
the title is the
Is it?
thing.
That's what I was asking. I didn't know if that's what it was. It didn't
It's not a very deep movie.
Semantic.
Very
Deep
surface
semantic
level.
The whole thing is to turn it off and turn it back on. The entire premise of the movie.
I think
Development build is not optimized.
That's fine, but
it worked though.
it's working.
I like that Yarn has an opinion for you.
Yeah, right. It's so
Your development is not optimized. Just so you know.
so JavaScript. And really that's just JavaScript. If you have some weird errors like that, restarting your server or deleting the node modules folder and reinstalling the node module stuff, like running Yarn again, works. Sometimes. I'm like tilted now.
So they would like smacking your ex.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Import
Little
goes
integrated.
so
Yeah.
it's like, I know it shouldn't matter, but isn't it doing a lot when you import?
Yeah, but like everything else worked. Like Switch worked, browser router worked.
Right.
So like, why route? All movies. So all movies, I want to go to the Star Wars API and go, hey, give me all movies.
So you're gonna do your fetch on this page, right?
Yep. And actually, I'm going to be cool, and I'm going to use Axios.
Oh.
Ooh, Yarn add Axios. Do you have to?
While it's doing that, can you
That's
change this to these or movies to singular?
What about Ajax?
It's
It's
make
a,
my brain great.
the API where our project owns
I didn't
Ajax.
use this yesterday.
But
So
This is
Ajax?
our man
The
side.
API that we're
It's
using,
what we
Yes.
it generates code for Ajax.
It does.
Yeah.
Do you know what Ajax is?
It's just like Axios. It's like another fetcher.
It's not.
It's not at all.
No. We use Axios to make Ajax requests. So normally how a page works is that I have a website. If I want to go to the next page, if I want to change something on that page, I have to go back to the server and get a whole new page. So I have to re-render out the head, the header, the nav bar, the side content, the footer, everything. The idea of Ajax is, hey, I don't have to do all that stuff. That's wasted stuff. It's not very efficient. I'm gonna make a whole round trip. I gotta load a whole bunch of stuff. It's just not there. Ajax is this idea where, hey, I just need to update just this one little section. So I'm gonna go to the server, just get the data, and re-render just that one section. That's the idea of Ajax. So we use fetch and Axios to make Ajax calls. And Ajax stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML because it's cool. Axios. So where do we want to do our Axios call?
in class, but above ready,
Like this,
where we would do the fetch.
Capital Axios.
right here. Is this feeling good to y'all?
Yes.
I think you have to import it.
Well, you probably want to do it on component now.
There we go.
Because you can't do it in the render.
Can't do it in the render, so I got to do it in component did mounts.
I still think you got something to render over there. Yeah. Isn't that the most satisfying thing?
Do you like your answer?
Now I can get then response, console.log, response.
Just realized something.
You left the oven on?
No, I've been writing the code outside of the methods the whole time.
That's a good one, Phil.
Yeah.
I should have known they should
Go to
be
that.
methods.
Yeah, so like
Almost every time that you had to help me, you had to move it.
like last week, you're like the engine's over here, we're trying to start the car. Exactly.
I just realized because the CD said it's gotta be a component. It clicked. Boom, class methods.
Yeah.
He was just talking to you just now.
Yeah, right?
You didn't even know it.
Wait, what do you realize?
No.
I don't think
Let's see if this week.
Mark's also, where are we gonna put this? We're gonna put it underneath the class, right?
Yeah.
Really?
No, what? The errors would be weird, like.
There's
Just
a
like you had like
very-
and it's just be crazy, or
Yeah.
the variables are grayed out. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, like just so we all see it, like if we got rid of the component did mounts, like it's all like what? So much red. Come back over here. Unexpected token. Syntax is all weird. It's like, what are you trying to do?
And then you're looking at the syntax saying, this is right.
It's right.
It's right. What's
All my semicolons are right. All my parentheses are right. My dot thens are there. But no,
I mean,
it's,
Prettier's freaking out. But
yeah, right? Here we go. Data. Y'all can't see that at all.
I have
Question.
Yes. Do you ever find sometimes, I don't know why this is just happening now, but I guess now that we're doing this new type of React, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I just haven't had it happen before, my autofill turns off all the time.
Your IntelliSense. Is that your JS files?
My tag suggestions. Just,
Oh, so like here, if I tried to do stuff in here,
yeah,
like if I tried to do like H1, like
nothing comes up.
where is that? Yes, there's a reason for that.
Okay.
yeah? This is JS.
We're in a JS file.
Okay.
So what's happening is that VS Code is going, you're in a JavaScript file. Why are you writing HTML?
But it didn't happen when we did React before. It only happens, I feel like.
It did.
Actually, no,
Maybe you
that's-
haven't noticed it.
No, it's the JavaScript you're thinking about.
Yeah.
When we were doing only JavaScript, that's when we didn't have an issue.
Yeah.
But it's been doing it ever since we did React.
Now,
Yeah, it's
I
bumming.
had, maybe I didn't notice
So-
it. I feel like I only noticed it when we started doing router.
it is Friday, so let's have a little bit of fun, right? Let's change this extension to JSX. You'll notice the icon is now a React icon.
It'll work the same, right?
And now, if we come over here,
You did show
How
us.
did you do it?
after it gets its bearings and lands on its feet, we now have,
Can you do last name?
yes, we now have that, yeah.
So do you think that's
Ooh, and it even put a class name in there instead of class.
Yeah, because now we're telling it VS Code, hey, this is a React file that has JSX in it. So we're going to have all the HTML stuff and the JavaScript stuff, but it's going to end up in a React app. So we're going to know that.
So should we name all of our pages
Yeah,
JSX?
that's what Don just asked. That's up to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to promote it. I'm not going to tell you you should. That's
What
up to you.
What else does it change?
What is the interesting thing?
I
So-
just did it in a broker page.
Did really?
Immediately.
Let me guess. Let me guess. It has this error, right?
Yeah.
It cannot find the JS. That's because
When you import it. Ah.
if there's no file path, remember, it assumes it's a JavaScript file. Since it's no longer a JavaScript file, it's now a JSX file.
Got JSX.
Oh, way too much work.
So for those three dots,
4 extra characters. Yeah, exactly.
So you gotta do all that just to get some autocomplete. Alright.
yeah, which in my mind that's worth it because there's another strategy to get around that, Which, if we get there, if we have extra time, I'll show you the fancy way to do it.
Two phases.
What? Yes.
Two phases.
It's double the fancy.
I like phases.
Because, yeah, we'll leave it at that for right now.
So we have axioms, is student or fetch.
Is that like it?
There really isn't.
That's
Like,
Except the change.
yeah, the built-in Webpack, the thing that builds your code, you have to tell it that JSX files are also JavaScript files. So like this right here, like that auto import, like it would do that if we change our Webpack configuration, which could be a pain in the ass.
No, it looks like it's one.
Because
Or
no
you
one
can
knows
just
how to do Webpack, right? Except for the one guy.
Webpack, I did Webpack for a week and it was like the worst week of my Christmas. So, all right, we got all of our movies. Let's just throw them in state real fast. This dot set state. Movies equals resp.data. resp.data dot results. State equals.
With the state.
So I'm just saying, hey, whatever results I'm getting back for my response, put it in state, call it something called movies. So I can render it out on the page using a map. So down here, I want to do section, actually this is probably going to be a main. And then I want to map this dot state dot movies dot map movie. And let's be cool and let's make a movie list item component. That we pass it the movie. And then up here in components, movie list item dot JSX. RCC.
It's probably our next step right now.
Yeah.
This, we can style this up later. This dot props dot movie dot title. Is it that cool? That's me just guessing.
Yeah, makes sense.
It is.
Cool. They don't have the latest movie.
They don't. The latest couple of movies.
Yeah.
Import.
You have to hand the component title, don't you?
Nope. I'll walk through this in a sec. Let me get this import going from components slash JSX. There we go. Yeah, so Amanda asked, well, wait a minute, I got to pass a title, right? But actually, I'm passing the whole movie object.
And then just display the title.
Yes, and then it's going, you know what? Inside of my props, there's this thing called movie that has the title. So instead of me going title equals movie.title, description equals movie.description, blah, 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 I'm saying, you know what? Just take it all, do things with it.
Do you want to commit since you came to a pause?
Yeah, let's see if this is working, and then let's commit. Because this is a really good spot, right?
It
Hey,
is.
we got React Router, movie page, and movie data. That's a really good thing. Thank you, Amanda. If it works, and it works, except for this error right here, each list has to have a key. Yep.
So you got in your this state, or you put it on your map.
Yep.
Simon.
And then you put a comma, index. Yep.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
Nice.
Because remember, each item inside of a list has to have a unique key. That's so React can better track it, optimize re-rendering of your page. If there's no ID on your data, the index works just as well. No need to make it crazy. So how are we feeling here? We did a fetch an Axios request on component did mount, took the data response and put it in state, and then inside of our render we mapped over it and we're displaying 6 movie components, 7 because they have Force Awakens in here, and each component is a div that shows off just the title. Cool? Yeah, cool. We can git commit, added router, displaying all movies.
So because we're grabbing the whole object and on movie list item component, we're displaying one property of the object. Could we go to movie list item component and add multiple properties to display?
Oh, yeah.
Looking at one object.
Yep. So like, what else is in the movie? Episode number. Ooh, this is all that we have for a movie. So let's do Starships. That's not on our list, but it might be if we get there, which we might. We have an hour and 3 minutes.
Nice.
Hour and 33 minutes.
Well then, planets, since planets is over.
Yeah. Cool. But do you want to put all the planets on this page, or do you want to put all planets on the movie page?
Don't all planets need to be on the all planets page?
Yeah,
So this comes down to what does our UI look like?
yeah, and right.
So now we're gonna have all 7 movies displaying all the planets inside of the movies. Maybe
Sounds awesome.
we could, but then our page is gonna be very big. And this goes back down to what does the user want. I don't want to do that. I just want to display how many planets are there.
Do like release date.
Yeah. So let's do an H1. Let's kind of style this up just real fast. H1. Let's do a H2 for release date. So this dot props dot movie dot release date. And then let's do H2, let's do H3 as well. H3, planets, this dot props dot movie dot planets dot length. What else do we have? People. Oh, spoilers! It's gonna work. People. Is there characters? And let's throw an HR in there.
What's an HR?
A horizontal rule.
Whoa.
Yeah, right?
Mobile friendly.
It is. Mobile first UI.
That's how we wireframed it, gosh darn.
Yes. And our awesome wireframe that we did draw out. So, how are we feeling so far? Yeah. Okay.
Lack of style as well.
Do we want to take a side tour and talk and use a package to format the dates?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What if we wanted to style
Yarn ad.
the first word of one of the strings for each
Dater.
term?
Dater.
Great question. Phil. I'm going to worry about the dates. Because for there we have to do a little bit of magic here, which we could do, but I want to format the dates, and then we'll come back to that. That's good. So, question on the table is, see that year, 1977-05-25? That's lame. That's not a very user-friendly name. I wanted to say May 25th, 1977.
Yeah.
Formatting of dates,
And gold.
dates are hard. Have I sent out the date video yet of the guy ranting for 10 minutes about why dates suck? It's hilarious. He's a British computer scientist, brilliant. And it's 10 minutes about like why dates suck, because like time zones, people change time zones, daylight savings times, and leap seconds and leap years,
Multiple formats.
multiple formats.
And months are all different.
and, like,
lengths of
In like
time.
1970s, I think sometime in the 1970s, like 3 countries skipped a couple months. Like, yeah,
To
right?
catch up with the Gregorian calendar, yeah. Or
Yeah.
Julian calendar.
Yeah.
That was the Gregorian calendar.
Yeah, like that's the thing. and like countries just change time zones.
I read stuff.
Some country out in the Pacific wanted to be a day ahead instead of a day behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
There was a whole
and that was,
thing
like,
in
last
Disney
year.
World, 'cause
Like-
they skipped all the other side of the international daytime for tax
Right? Right? So, short answer, dates are hard. So I want to use someone else's code in order for me to do that. So there's two really cool libraries for dates. We can pick one or the other. My personal favorite is something called date funds or date functions. This is cool. But another one that's really popular and kind of like the standard is Moment. Moment is a really powerful JavaScript library that does cool stuff for you.
Moment and what else is it?
Date funds, date FNS. Moment is a object-oriented approach to handling dates. Date functions is a functional programming approach to handling dates. They both do the same thing. This one's obscenely popular and ends up on every single project ever for some reason. Except if I'm doing it, then date functions is on it. But here's Moment. I want to add it to my React. Right? Let me double check that's the right package to use. There we go.
Oh my goodness, it is.
So React Moment. It's the React component for the Moment date library. I'm going to yarn add React Moment.
Well, I thought it was yarn add moment and that's NPM. Is it different?
Yep. So Moment is the raw stuff, but React Moment is a React package that wraps Moment for you. So you can use it inside of React.
So there's a React Axios that one we'll be using.
No, not necessarily, because Moment is not tied to React. You can use Moment in Node, you can use it in Angular, you can use it anywhere, kind of thing. You can also do the same thing with Axios, but Axios isn't display logic, right? Axios is like the internals. It's like, oh, I'm just going to use a fetch set of Axios.
Right.
This is actual display logic.
Okay.
So this will be inside of our render, which has certain considerations for us to take into account. So either we need to do that, or we can have someone else do it for us. I like that option because I'm a lazy developer, asterisk efficient developer. So here we are. If we want to use it, I'm going to import it after it's done installing. Import Moment from React Moment. Then in order for me to use it, I am looking to format stuff. Moment. And the date to format is my release date. Now, I haven't really formatted it yet. So I'm going to look in the documentation for formatting.
The home page.
So if I want to format a date, it looks like I need to wrap it inside a moment tag, give it what I want the format to be, and then pass it the actual timestamp. All right? Cool. So let's get this working first, and then we can work on how to actually display it in a more friendly way. Because in order for us to display it in the May 25th, 1977, I first have to make sure that moment's working. So even before I go to do it, I need to make sure that my tools work.
And then commit.
And then commit. Waiting for stuff to do its thing. That's so fun. I like to wait.
Did you know
Cool to know.
Cool.
More you know.
Another one of those fun facts, like a buttload. Like,
I've been using that like crazy now.
yeah, right? This is interesting.
If you don't see the React, what is it? Is it a debugging tool in Chrome? Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
If it's not available, that just means the website doesn't use React.
Correct. We need to.
The version now?
I have to install Moment as well. This is one of those weird things that the developers at React Moment thought it was a good idea, and I will respectfully disagree with them. In order for us to use React Moment, we also have to install Moment. I feel like it should install Moment for me, because if I'm using React Moment, it should also install
The things it
Moment.
needs to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
Nope.
No, and really that other moment install would just be a call to the site to pull down that. Or
Yeah.
call to that repo.
Yeah, right. Like it's nothing too crazy.
Yeah. No. Oh, he's just lazy. So we're
It's-
judging it.
What it is that, yeah, I don't know. Because I'm sure some developer went, you know what if we're no longer going to use Moment as a formatting engine?
There's a warning.
I know. Maybe not make something called React Moment.
Yeah.
Come on, Moment, don't.
It is the damn-
So moments the JavaScript library that can do that.
Yep. I thought this was going to be easy.
That happens a lot with a lot of packages though. It's not just
This
it's
is,
not rare. It happens a lot.
yeah, like this isn't unusual. I'm not, like, this isn't the best experience, and if this doesn't work, we're going to jettison this. We're going to try date functions in. It worked. Now it's working. Cool. So it's formatting my date. Not in the best format yet, but it's formatting it.
GMT.
Yeah, right. So let's do what it told us to do, which was to throw the date that we want. Where's the documentation? Throw the date that we want into the component, and then use this format attribute to dictate what its format is. So see how we're passing it year, MMDD? That transponds to year, month, date. So let's bring this over. That's the format. Check out these movies. So it's formatting. Still not quite what we want though. Remember, baby steps. This is a work in progress. Over in Moment.js, if we check out the documentation, we can format it using different masks. That's what that string is called, is a mask. It's pretty much a template. Like, hey, I want my year to be there, and I want it to look like that. Those seem kind of arbitrary and random, right? They are, but they're not. So, but if we go into the documentation just a little bit,
Did we look at this when we were doing the launch?
possibly,
Something similar to
it's very possible that you stumbled upon this.
this? It sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this would be helpful for the launch.
Right?
That timer that never works.
There we go. So like here's all the tokens that we can use inside of our masks. We wanted to display the month name, probably an abbreviated month name, right? So we could do triple M. That's a triple M in case you can't tell. I want the actual est with it, the actual like format with it. And then I want the full year, right? Because of the famous 1912 Star Wars movie. So I'm going to make sure that I get the right year in there. So over here in my format, I'm going to go, hey, give me the month, give me the day, comma, and then give me the full year. So if I did it right, haha,
Yeah.
boom. Then I can get rid of this one. And there we go. That's kind of cool. Yeah, right?
That is so cool.
That's so cool.
After we installed a couple packages, restarted our server a couple times, cursed out NPM a few times, we were able to actually use this inside of our code to make our formats for dates a little bit easier and better.
Way cool.
Yeah, right? And that 5 minutes of headache is, believe me, easier than doing that ourselves.
Yeah, that's a Code Wars level 8 problem or something, right?
Because really, it's not that hard, right? It's, oh, find me the date, find me the month. If month is 1, return Jan. If month is 2, return Feb. If month is 3, return blah, right? But that's just a whole bunch of switches and cases that we have to worry about that we no longer have to worry about. Gotta commit. Formatted date to be to look better. Doesn't matter anymore.
Do it.
So what's next? We have an all movies page. Let's create our movie page. That sound good? So when I click a movie, I go to a page that displays that entire movie. I'm going to first off need to make this into a link, right? And let's do everything. Yeah. Import link from React router DOM. Link to. Now our 2 is going to be dynamic because it's going to be different for each movie, right?
But you only want it on the top one, right? Not the bottom too.
Oh, yeah. Multiple cursors. Gotta love them. Where do we want to go? We want to go to /movie/ then whatever the ID is, right? This.props.movie. So, take bets that it's episode ID. So I think it's episode ID. Now let's test that. So if I want to go to A New Hope, episode ID is 4. This should give me A New Hope. It doesn't. No. That makes no sense.
Now, can we do this with the index or no?
So could we do it with the index? I'll throw that out to the class.
I think
Yeah.
we could,
No,
but we
because
need
it
to
has
make
to-
sure that the URL is.
Right. We need to make sure that the data that's on that first page is, if we use an index, it's going to be the same for that data doesn't change. The index doesn't change. That's the only concern I would have about index.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you wouldn't be able to make it dynamic.
Yeah,
right?
it's
If you had the index, you'd have to do it for each individual movie.
you're trusting the order of it.
Right.
Like today, index 1 is A New Hope, right? That's awesome. Is A New Hope always going to be index 1?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know your
And-
the original.
And
In my world, maybe means no.
Well, if it's in a different order, isn't it going to map with different indexes anyway?
Exactly, and that's the problem. So we can't use the index.
Unless you go random.
We could use the index, but now we're building on a deck, on like a house of cards. Where if I breathe the wrong way, it's going to collapse.
right.
Well, if the index is a state.
This index is not in state.
No, what I'm saying, if we did, wouldn't it work dynamically or no? Finding the index, we're mapping the indexes before we go and, try and route it to another page, so.
Actually, I don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah, so the idea is that could we, instead of using the episode, or is that? Instead of using the episode ID here, is could we just pass it the index of where we are in the list and use that as our ID? No. It looks like it would work, and it probably would work.
It would
Then
work.
Yeah, right. It wouldn't be reliable. It's just a coincidence.
It wouldn't be accurate.
Yeah, it's just a coincidence that whenever we're on first, we're going to be using the first movie. So if we ever, this order ever changes, if we like sort by alphabetical, sort by release date, yeah, I know.
That's alright.
Yeah. I see this. You have to have a known for that to work. You can't have an unknown. So the index would be an unknown. So in my mind, if something happens where we're forced to use the index for whatever reason, the IDs are hidden from us or whatever, then we would have to write something on the index to verify that whatever's on that front page is the same. So we have to write a code on top of that to give us a known.
Yeah.
And my issues with the index that is an unknown. You don't know what number you
Yeah.
Catch it.
I think what I was having a hard time seeing is that these file paths are static, right?
Yeah, the data can't change.
Right.
So like we have to work with that data. Fortunately, each movie comes with its own URL.
Right. We can use that.
Use that instead, it doesn't matter if the end changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting that known.
Yeah.
Getting
So
that consistent known, it doesn't change.
and inside of here, we have the ID.
Which
Right.
is
Oh, and that's unique.
character.
Yeah, and that's unique. So now we got to do a little bit of math here.
Is the idea.
A little code kata is given a URL, parse out the ID.
Right, so you'd say splice, and then you'd give it the position in the array.
So const movie ID equals this dot props dot movie dot URL. So we want to take this thing and map it to a ID. Map's not the right one. So in case
It's
you're all
like it's either characters,
Filter.
so
In an array.
splice,
we could
or
use filter, but we know it's always going to be the last parameter, right?
what's the second to last?
So, but if we split it on a slash, so we take this string, split it on a slash, and what was that?
Splice.
Split.
Split.
So dot split, and then take the last one.
Last index of.
Yep, this would be. I'm gonna.
Wow.
So the length minus one.
Mm-hmm. Splitted.
Oh, minus
Yeah.
one.
Splitted dot length minus 1. That's now our movie ID.
He split it in.
Yep.
I like sitting here.
Oh, it's all
And that's console.log what we're doing here just so we see what the hell's going on.
Only I can see.
Oh no, no. I can't get glasses.
Is that better, Phil?
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So it's not array minus 1, it's array minus 2. There we go. So now we have the movie ID, and we toss this movie ID right here.
I'm sorry, was two?
It's not the very last
It's the second to
variable,
last,
it's the
right?
second to last one.
Correct. Because split gives us an extra one at the end with the space. So you have to go, you know, don't give me length minus 1, give me length minus 2. So now if I go to this one, all the links are now correct. When the movies -5, we haven't, of course, made this component yet. So let's take a 9-minute break. Go back at 10:30 and make this component.
Can we commit this?
Wait, what?
Can we commit this this time?
Yeah, sure.
Or do you wanna wait?
Yeah, the routing.
It's coming in fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's.
So looking into this math, I feel like I'm starting to see the matrix now.
Yeah.
Because